Alright guys, so for today's video, it's going to be a quite big one because we're going to be covering Hawk Inu, Cheers, Wojack, Success Kid, Chloe and Ted. So we're going to straight away jump into Hawk Inu. So far for Hawk Inu, the total market cap is at 2.5 million and we have total circulating supply of 69 trillion, which means they should all be out all in circulation, so we shouldn't be expecting any dump from the project, which is good. But getting into the actual technical analysis, it looks like we are still going sideways here for the longest. And if you've been following my Bcoq videos in general, I've been telling you guys for the longest that once we do eventually come out for this larger rectangular box, then we should be expecting a first move to that green horizontal line, which is currently our resistance. If we look further to our left, right over here, it looks like that was the first major resistance area. And from our current price to that resistance level, that will give us approximately 121% move to the upside. So if you've been hodling throughout this whole entire move, that 121% it'd be quite a significant one for you because you would have been adding more to your bags the longer that we've been going sideways here. Now for me, I've gone into this project quite late. I'm sure if any of you guys are watching, please let me know if you've entered all the way from down here before we made this crazy move to the upside. If you've done so, congratulations to you all. I wish I was one of you guys. Clearly I came in late. I'm going to show you exactly where I've gone in. I've gone in approximately around about here first, or down here I believe it was. When it pumped, I took some profit, not all profit of course. When it pulled back down, I thought alright cool, I can add a lot more to my bags here by using my profits as we've gone up from up here. But I still had at least a cent of my initial trade right up here. But as soon as we came breaking back down, I've added more to my bags here, there, there, and there. And I was like, oh shite, I'm just not getting anything out of Hawk Inu as we were going down. But I was building up a lot more of my Hawk Inu coins. I do believe that we will go up one day and completely smash through its all-time highs. So I'm not overly too worried as I am still bullish on this project. However, since we came back down here, I started accumulating a lot more here because I did believe, or I thought at least, that we would be breaking well below here to go right down there. And we'll be going sideways here for the longest. I've been adding a lot more to my bags the longer we've got here because I've learned from my previous experience, whenever we do see a long range just sideways action for the longest, eventually once we do see a move to the upside, that should spell the end of just going sideways and we should continue to push up to the much more higher up. How much higher can we go? I'm not quite sure as of yet, but like I said, I'm holding it for the long term because I do believe that we can easily get over 100x for Hawk Inu. Now we still need to wait for a breakup above this larger rectangular box. What this means is that for now, we just need to wait and see once we do break above this larger rectangular box over here. And once we do, the first area of our target should be at that 121% move to the upside, which would put the price at, well, I can't even see the price because there's so many zeros there. But let's say from here to there, it's about 121% move to the upside. So if I zoom out even more from the charts, I hope you can see exactly what I can see. And once we do break up from here, our next level should be up here. And then the next should be roughly around about there. And then eventually we should be testing there, and eventually we go all the way up to the all-time highs. So I'm looking at this in terms of phases. We just need to the first phase is the breakout from this level over here. So that would be the phase one by breaking up from here. The second phase is to get into this level right up here. And then the third phase will be once we do break up from here, and then from there to here, we might go sideways for a little while, we might even go all the way up, possibly returning back to this level and then hopefully to go back up into the third phase right up here. Yeah, that's not really great. 3, and then the fourth phase will be right up here. We might once again consolidate here before we break into that fourth phase area, and then finally, once we do get in to the fifth phase right up here, I will be holding it. I will hold it like a boss until we do smash through and to get into this space up here, because once we're up here, we're in discovery phase, which means we could see a humongous move coming in for Hawk Inu, and ultimately we should be able to see a 100x for us being patient on the Hawk Inu. But let me know in the comments if you are bullish on Hawk Inu. How big is your bag for Hawk Inu? But one question out to all of you who's holding Hawk Inu: do you think this Hawk Inu would outperform Cox Inu? You let me know in the comments. So that wraps up for Hawk Inu. So the next one will be Cheers. Alright, so for the current market cap, it's currently at $702,000. The liquidity is roughly around about 121,000. The total circulating supply is in fact 999 million, which is fantastic, which means we can't get dumped on at all by the developers or the marketing team. However, we do need to see a lot more liquidity coming in, and the volatility is actually quite low for this one. It's not the end of the world, guys, because ultimately I can see even Cheers token to give us an easy 100x from where we are currently at. At first, I didn't ride this wave up here. I've ridden from here to there. Took some profits, of course, because I learned that mistake from Hawk Inu. As we were coming back down, I've actually left about 50% of my holdings. I took 50% out, but I didn't put or reinvest that 50% of my profit from Cheers token into Cheers instead. I waited on the sideline. As soon as I saw us come back down, we then continually went down, and literally capitulated from here all the way to down there. Now, similar to Hawk Inu, we are still going on a sideways here for the longest. Now, what does that usually mean? Whenever we go sideways for the longest, it just means that eventually we are going to see a massive rip to the upside. So as we can see from this move down here of ranging sideways in between this green line and the red line, the green line is the resistance and the red line is the support. We did go all the way up to retest the zone up here. Instead, you can kind of see a double top, like right here and over there. And then what we saw straight after that, we actually went straight back down to the bottom of the support line, and we have just broken down below from that support. If we continue going down from here, then guys, it still will be worth holding onto it, or depends, it will be worth waiting until we do go all the way back down to this level right over here. The reason why I say that is because if you're adding more to your bags right over here and you see, let's say for instance, you see a further like a 98% move to the downside, you might get disheartened and exit all of your positions. I would not recommend that at all. Remember guys, this is a holding portfolio. You might see one day 120% up and maybe 200% down, because you are hodling for the long term and for the long haul. Whenever we go down, it's definitely worth adding a lot more to your bags. Not that this is a financial advice, because eventually once we do see this move, once we do come back down here for example, and we push all the way back up, you can still make a return of $13,017. That is not too shabby. But let's say for example, you've been hodling here for the sideways for the longest. We went up, came back down, you start adding more to your bags over here. But if we do see a continual push to the downside right down there, you're going to feel like as if you got no money or showing that you're in a minus, that is still fine, guys. I will still be adding more to my bags down here because eventually we will return back up to this level up here, which will give you a 13,000 percent move to the upside. That's 13x your portfolio, and then once you do come back up above where you made your original trades, you'll be even more in profits. So that's what I'm saying, guys. It's always worth just keeping hold of your positions, especially if you're loading up down here. If you go down to the next leg down, it's absolutely fine. Add more to your bags because if you're holding for the long term, your ideal goal would be well above this all-time high. So whether you have positions here and down there, it doesn't really matter. The further down we go, the more you add, then the more returns that you get for the future. I hope this makes sense, guys. Think of the future, don't think of making trades right now, unless if you are a day trader or a perpetual trader. So that's the current news and update from the technical analysis perspective. I wouldn't enter now for a buy. I would wait now because we're broken down below all these levels over here. I would wait until we come back much further down into this retracement over here, or unless if we see something like this, then it might be worth trading, going long. If we see something like this, then like that, then yes, you could be considering adding more to your bags, roughly around about over here, only if you see a reversal going up, coming back for retest before continuation to the upside. Until then, if you see something like this, like right now, guys, then just wait until we get back up to this level. If not, just wait until we go all the way down and to roughly around about down here, and then add more to your bags around this level over here for a future move to the upside. Alright, guys, so as we can see right now that we've in fact broken down below the support line right up here. I'm going to zoom in a bit more so you can see for yourself. So a couple of things here. Firstly, we fell below the support line. Now that's turned resistance. Reason why, because we went down, we did try to claw our way back up. That didn't quite happen. We then closed this candle off, literally below the red line, and then we printed two candles below the what used to be support, now is resistance. So if we were to look further to our left, it looks like we've gone much below than these levels over here, which means it gives us a stronger confidence and confluence, which will be heading way back down to these levels down here. Now, I wouldn't be too scared. I'll still add a lot more to my backs because I'll be looking at it from a long-term perspective that ultimately we will be smashing through its all-time highs. And let's say, for example, we do get to all-time highs from all the way down here. That would give us a huge percentage in trade. So let's say from all the way down there to even at the top of the all-time high by measuring from the wick, that will give you a 28,927% move to the upside. Now, I'm sure you'd be salivating, licking your lips. That is still quite a decent gains, and we're still not yet on the verge of getting our 100x. We're still going to get 100x regardless from this project. It's whether you believe in it and have a clear plan on how to trade this and hold your position and accumulate, and just wait until the bull season. And I hope this makes sense, guys. Okay, guys, so for the next coin is going to be Wojack. Alright, guys, so for Wojack, it looks like the current market cap is 146,000, circulating supply of 13.95 billion, and the current liquidity at $37,000. Now, what is the chart saying right now? Okay, guys, so we did see a all-time highs for Wojack on the Solana chain. That was his last all-time high. We went completely and smashed well above it. How much higher did we go from this all-time high? If you're measuring from the body of the last all-time high to that wick at the very top up there, that's 175% move to the upside. If you're just measuring from the body, that's 82% higher than the last all-time highs. Now that is the most significant move for Wojack, because what happened next, we then came all the way back down into these levels over here. Now, this is a fantastic opportunity for any of you guys to get in. Reason why, because since we've broken up from this all-time high and we printed a newer high, if you was to get in now, for example, not that this is financial advice, you can quite easily make 294% move to the upside. However, it is more than likely we're going to go much more higher from here. And in fact, I'll say that we should be able to easily get 100x for Wojack. I know a lot of people have been saying that we could see an easy 1000x, maybe even 10,000x. With the Wojack on Solana, which we're currently looking at, I think that is possible. That we can get 1000x from here, hands down. 10,000, we could do. It's even more speculative than what I expect, but then again, guys, you just don't know. In crypto, this can easily happen where we could just explode and do even more. But the question is, if you are looking to get more Wojack, would you look to go to the centralized exchanges, or would you go to the Ethereum network to pick up Wojack, or would you prefer the Sol? For me, personally speaking, I prefer Sol because one, the fees are a lot less. Because the fees are less on Solana than Ethereum. Let's say, for example, I go to Ethereum and I get like 1000x. You would imagine the fees, on your profits would be absolutely ridiculous. That's why I do prefer Sol. So if you'd like to get the link to how to buy Wojack on the Solana chain via the Radium or Jupiter, you may head down to my description and you can find it there. So that way you can get the actual contract address. In fact, I'll leave all the contract address on all the mentioned tokens today in my description. So head down there, of course. Now let's continue with Wojack. If we just zoom out a little bit, let's get rid of all the lines, just so we can see from a naked chart. Right, guys, and I did say in my previous video, if you haven't checked it out already, that once we do see like a rounding bottom like this into like a J shape, we will quite literally break up. That's exactly what happened. And if any of you guys have entered, congratulations, you would have been in the mega profits had you taken some profits out, of course. Now we came back into this level, and that's quite natural. Reason why, because if we look to our left, all we see is nothing but green candles, which ultimately means that we should be expecting a return back down here for a retest before we see a continuation to the upside. Now this is still going to be 1,000, well, definitely 100x potential. 1,000x could be. So what I would do in that case, I'll be adding a lot more to my bags here. I wouldn't have sold out my position here. I would have taken some profit out from here, maybe 50%, wait for it to dip, enter again where I've made that original entry right over here, add more positions here for it to go back up for re-entry around about here before we continue our way back up to the top. So that would be a nice strategy there for you. I've already placed quite a few trades in this, which I'm still currently holding because I expected to see such a huge run up for Wojack on the Solana chain, and this is exactly what happened. So I hope you've all been following me and been taking some profits, but most importantly been holding around these levels over here, and you'll be in a pretty decent position right now for a return leg back up to the top before ultimately breaking this level to go into this all-time high. I'm super bullish on Wojack. I hope you are too. Let me know in the comments whether you are holding, being bullish, and where you're looking to get, or if you have got it already, let me know whether you got it on the centralized exchanges, Ethereum, on the Solana chain. So let's move to the next coin, and that will be Success Kid. Alright guys, so for Success Kid, the current market cap is at 4.5 million, close to 4.6, and the circulating supply is 88 million. Guys, this is a freaking gem. I can definitely see 100x coming in for this coin. I do believe this is going to be one of the OG meme coins for sure. Why don't we just expand the chart? Okay, so if you've been following my channel in general, I've been super bullish on Wojack. We've been going for the sideways here for the longest. That is the accumulation phase. And once we do see something as solid as this, that this looks like it's just about to rip the market, just like Wojack, we've actually gone above. We're going to actually above the larger rectangular square over here. We then pull back, and it looks like we're about to make the next leg up, which means once we do see the next leg up from here, breaking above this level, the next level should be right up on this line there, which should be our new resistance, turning this one here into support. Now, in terms of how much could you get, let's say for example you entered here and targeting up there, that would easily give 51% move to the upside, and that will put Success Kid at 7 cents. I do believe this one's going to be an easy 100x play. None of this is financial advice, I'm just looking at it from a technical perspective. And if we do zoom much further out from the charts, it looks like we're going to break several phases. This will be the phase 1, right over here. This will be the phase 2. And then once finally we get into phase 3, then guys, the sky's the limit. I reckon we can easily get well above $1 from where we are now. And let's say we pull out the measuring tool and we do measure all the way up to that $1 mark, and that will give us roughly around about 1,845% move to the upside. Question is, guys, do you reckon we can get up to $2 per Success Kid? If we do, that would easily give us roughly around about 3,763% move to the upside. I might be, I don't know, too cheeky enough to even say, what if we do reach that $10 mark? I know it sounds completely ridiculous, but you never know, because one, if you look at the total market supply of 88 million, that is really low for a meme coin. And if we, let's say for example, measure from all the way down there right up to that $10 mark, that'll give us a 21,525% move to the upside. Wow, guys, that would be freaking insane. So if you put in $100, guys, you can work out the maths yourself. That would be just simply an insane move to the upside. And I'll tell you what I'll do actually. On the next video, we're going to be covering the same coins again, but I'm going to leave all the drawings just so we can keep updated, and it'll be like an update video from our last to see where we expecting that these coins to head, but most importantly to keep an eye on the price action between now until then. I'm super confident on Success Kid. I don't think there's much more things to be said. We can just wait for the next video to see what comes out from Success Kid. So why don't we move over to the last two coins, and the next one is going to be Chloe. Alright, so for Chloe, the current market cap is at 107,000, which means 10x from here, it'll be easily at 1 million. Whew, that is just 10x. 100x, you will put it at 10 million. My gosh, guys, this is ultra tiny. And 1,000x, it will put us at roughly around about 100 million. Also for side-eye and Chloe, this could be perhaps one of my favorite gems for a potential 1,000x for sure. This is incredibly insane, and the total supply and circulating is also just under 1 billion. In terms of the tokenomics, it all checks out to be a potential 1,000x easily and hands down. So why don't we go and do a quick technical analysis on this coin before we go to our last. After this insane move to the upside, we've eventually come back down to around about this levels over here, not quite the bottom or not quite the lower low. Instead, we've been going sideways here for the longest, and around about from this point over here, We then start to see life being pumped into side-eyed Chloe. We've gone up, came back down, and we continue to make our moves to the upside. So this move here has been a quite significant one. This one right here. However, what we saw straight after is a move right back down to these levels over here. And instead of continuing our way back to the top, we then flatlined quite literally and gone sideways here for the longest. Now, since we've gone sideways for the longest, ultimately it just means that the longer we go sideways, like I mentioned in my previous videos, then the more likely we're going to see a huge move coming up. It could be to the upside or to the down, but ultimately, whenever you see like a long sideways action like this, we should be expecting a bigger move coming in. Looking at it from the bird's eye view, and the further we zoom out from the whole entire chart, what we can see is this. We can see that this is like the lowest low, and all the lows here has in fact been going a little bit higher, higher highs, and higher highs. Now this gives me the confidence, very much similar to Wojack on Solana, that we should be expecting a big move coming in. So that means once we do break up from this level right up here, we could be seeing exactly the similar move or same move as Wojak, but we just need to break from this level right there. Once we do break from this level and outside from this box here, then at least the first take profit potentially could be at 117% move to the upside. Now, the reason why I say take profit is because once we make a huge move to the upside, you're going to take at least 20%, 30, maybe even 50% of the profit, because chances are we will be seeing a move something similar to this, where we go staircasing our way up like this into that, and then eventually we would go up to retest that green line, which is the resistance line up here. Once we do see something similar to this, then ultimately, if we don't break up and continue our way back to the upside, we could see a pullback. The pullback could go all the way back down to this level, or even much further down, exactly what happened to Wojack. So what you want to be doing in these areas over here, if you do see a breakup and we continue our move to the upside, or at least towards this resistance line, the second we get up here, we need to first see how we react in the zone. If we react badly and you see like a first engulfing red candle, then I'll be looking to take at least some profit out. Reason why? Because once we do come back down here or even much further there, you can reinvest that profit that you've taken out from here into side-eye Chloe. Then that way you have more Chloes into your bag. So once we do continue to make our move to the upside, you'll be earning a lot more in profits from Chloe. So I hope you got that. The higher up that we go, and to reset this level, take 20, 30, 50% out. If we do come back down all the way here, you can use the profit that you've taken out from this move, and then you can add it more into Chloe, anywhere between here, there, or there. Now you got more bags of Chloe, and if you do go all the way back up to the next leg up, which would be round about up here, if we do then pull back once again, even halfway into there, but before we pull back, you might want to take some profit out. Reason why, we could react badly there once again, and if we do react badly and we come back even 50% of that move, it's absolutely fine, because you're in it to get your 100x in the near future, which means you need to keep recycling your profits. That way, the more you take profit out and add it back into Chloe, then the more Chloes that you would get hit in the future. So once you see the 100x coming in, you will be so freaking minted. It will be ridiculous, because I don't believe we're just gonna end it at 100x. I do believe we can get even much higher than 1000x, simply because the tokenomics is like so incredibly low. Now that is just an amazing tokenomics that I see, and I reckon side-eyeing Chloe is your best 1000x from all the memes that I've been talking about in my videos. So I'm going to leave it there, guys, and I'll keep you guys posted. So everything that you see today, you can also see again tomorrow, at least right way through until the major bull season. So let's head over to the final token of the day, and that would be TED. All right, guys. So TED is looking not too shabby, guys. It looks like a very similar playbook to the rest of the memes I've been talking about. It had an initial crazy ride to the upside. It then made not instant. It made a quick move back down, and it kind of did like a dead cat bounce where it would bounce from here, there, and ultimately came back down. We saw some life being pumped into TED, and then we continually made similar moves to this where we've gone up, came all the way back down, and repeated here for the third time, and we've almost not exactly flatlined, but we've been going sideways here for a little while now. I do believe this coin is pretty decent meme coin. I'm not sure how long it will be around, if it be here until after the bull season, but nevertheless, this is going to be the meme season, and I do believe that a lot of the meme coins will be popping like crazy, and TED could be one of those as well. For a couple of reasons. One, if you look at the tokenomics, the current market cap is at $613,000. Liquidity is only $95,000. The circulating supply of 909 million tokens. Again, that is not too bad. That's actually pretty decent for a meme coin. And if we look at their socials, let's check out their website. And then if we take a look at the charts, if we do break up and above from this green resistance line up here, well, in fact, there's two resistance lines because we are currently trading below this other green. Let me change this color actually. We'll change this one into yellow. And then we get one more out. And this one will be red from down here. And the red will be our support line. Let's zoom it in a bit more. All right, so as we can see, we've been stabilizing this area over here, and this area, if you follow from this area here and look to our left, it looks like we could be potentially rebounding up from here, and we haven't broken down below here at all, which is good news. So that means that we are still fairly strong, and the price action is still pretty decent at 0.000674. Now, once we do see a slight little pump, we could be quite easily retesting the green resistance line up here. And if that was to happen, we could be expecting or at least anticipating a 38% move to the upside, which is not too bad. Only once until we do see a breakup above from this level right up here. Then if you're still holding this trade, and we do break up from this level, our next leg up should be right up here, and that will give you at 85% move to the upside. So if we zoom out, once we do get into this area right up here, then I reckon we should quite easily retest the last all-time highs, which is not far off from the current price right now. So if we pull out the measuring tool, measure it from the current price all the way up to the all-time highs, that's at 319% move to the upside. I reckon if we go back to their tokenomics, 10x from here, it would put the market cap at 6.1 million. That's only 10x. At 100x, that'll put it on 60 million. Yeah, I think that's about right. 60 million from here is quite doable, especially for a meme coin. This could also potentially be a 100x play as well. So far today, we have covered all the coins that we can expect at least at a minimum a 100x, and that is the Hawk Inu, Cheers token, Wojack, Success Kid, Chloe, and TED. Now, from this list, I do believe there are a couple of coins that we can easily see a 1000x play. One of them, I believe, and I reckon it's definitely Wojack. And then the second one is definitely Chloe. I can't say definitely because one, I'm not holding any magic balls over here, or crystal balls, should I say. But I wouldn't be surprised by looking at Chloe's tokenomics that I would be surprised to see at 1000x from here. Wojack, on the other hand, yep, also 1000x is only at $40,000 more in terms of market cap than Chloe. If we look at Cheers token, for instance, it's currently at 757,000. That could possibly also do 1000x as well. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave you here. It's actually quite a long-winded video than I expected, but I do hope you find it all useful and informative. If you liked anything about this video, please let me know in the comments. Let me know which of all the coins mentioned today are you super bullish on. I reckon Wojack and Chloe will be a 1000x play. What do you reckon, guys? You let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, head over towards my channel, subscribe, scroll down, check out my last few videos, and I'll see you all in the next one.